Alright, let's go ahead and get this started. My name is Mike, and this will be a quick let's play of Code Combat, gaming and learning how to code at the same time. So, click on this first little stage here. This is the first level. Get right into it.
For the win!
Not a problem.
Alright, so basically I'm going to be playing through as much as I can for the free account. I think that is 18 or 19 levels. I'm pretty sure that is available to all the different languages. You can see them all down here in this drop-down menu. The first one I'll be doing is the default one, Python. And I'll put out a video for each of the other languages. The character choice at the start seems to be just a gender option. There's no difference in gameplay between the two of them. So let's just go ahead and pick this and get right into it. Alright, right off the bat. Some roleplay game elements here with armor and a little bit of a progression and currency, but nothing too intricate. Avoid the spikes, collect the gems, guide the hero by writing the program.
Of course.
So I've already played through these levels,
Grab the treasure.
at least on Python. The other languages I haven't experienced
can
yet,
use
so that'll be
these
interesting when I
methods.
get there. So basically, you control the
Type your
main
code
character,
on the
the
right.
one on the screen there, and on the right side of the screen you have to code in the directions to get him to move through the maze to collect gems to fulfill specific objectives. And at least for Python
Type and move down
and
command
the
on
starting
line 6.
levels, it's fairly intuitive. So he already moves right. They already start you off with code most of the time, at least to show it off. And so it's move right, then move down, and then move, whoop, self move right again. And that'll be it. So then I click on run. And there we go. Level's done. At the end of each level, you'll get experience and those little gems to spend on different items to upgrade your character with. The experience, I'm not 100% sure what bit difference that makes. So we'll go on to the second one here. Alright, and the gems you spend on these different pieces of gear, the gear, we'll have more options later on. Some of the gear seems to unlock different code functions as well. Which gets more interesting as you get further into the game. But for now, we'll just keep going with what we got. Okay, again, the tutorial here showing you, it's important to make sure you're watching what you're typing. You don't want to walk into the spikes. So, just for example here, let's say I, decide to put my character here through a little bit of a stress test. Let's just go ahead. So he's already moving right. Now, then I want to move down. So let's say I do down again. I'll do run. Does he just stop there? Yeah, he just stops. He can't actually move anywhere there. So then the game doesn't tell you. It usually does. Let's see here. Okay, so it tells you that the goals at the end of this time allotment is incomplete. You can just highlight over here to check to see what they are. It's weird though it doesn't show you what you did wrong. That's weird. So we get the down right, up, right, and that should be all the gems. So one thing the game does well is teaching you this basic part here. Oh, whoops. Again, there it goes. Doesn't show me that I did that wrong. Let's see here. Right, down, up. Oh, needs to be up again. Up. Right. Run. Okay. Messing up on the second level. It's gonna be a long one. Cool. Finish that up again, get the experience, get the gems. On to the third level. Let's see here, we get another item here that we can get for 2,900 gems. The first time I played through this, I got nowhere near that. Let's see, turns even the slowest heroes into a speed demon. 5. I don't know if that's meters per second or measurements per second. I don't know. But I can't unlock it. I'm not even close. So we'll just go on through here. Avoid the spikes. Avoid being seen by this ogre thing down here. And everything will be good. So again, the game always starts you off. Is the pause button? Okay, weird. So I already got the right, so then up. One thing the game doesn't do is that it won't show you these shortcuts right away. So you can take the time to self dot move right. I get to highlight or show off my incredibly awful typing skills. Self move down. But the game doesn't really show you that you can just shorthand it with certain chat commands. One of the nice things though is that the game will tell you before the level is done if you've completed it. That if done will not highlight unless you actually get through the whole thing. So XP, gems. Oh. Don't need to worry about this. There we go. Okay. I already played through it. I already made an account. That's how I found out that it's a paid game after a certain point, but we'll see that when we get there. But there's no need to log in. You still have access to everything, as far as I know. I'll find out real quick if I don't. 82 gems. I have enough for this thing. And click on confirm again. Double click to equip. And I can also get... Oh, no. I'm a little off for those. Okay. So I have a little bit more health for when we actually do get into combat. One thing I don't like is that the inventory that you have on, you can't actually see on the character. But, oh well. It's not too important. Your hero must survive. Collect 4 gems. Go to the exit. This is cool. The bonuses. You get a bonus for not having any problems, and if you can do it under 9 statements. So one nice thing is that the game is encouraging you to work accurately and efficiently. I could very easily write this out as right down, right left, right left, up, up. And it would take me forever to get through this end of the stage. So the game is trying to encourage me to do this as efficiently as possible. So, right, up, right, right, let's see, right, up, right, right, down, down, up, right. I forget if those blank spaces actually count as lines or not. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That should be fine. And again, the done is highlighted, so I know it's done. I can go over here to the success, and there it's all highlighted for me, so I was able to do it in under 9 statements. No coding errors, and got all the gems that got to the exit. Go me. And you get more experience and more gems for doing the bonus objectives. And right on to the next level. So here again, it's going to show us what we're learning, basic syntax, and now they're adding strings. And they'll explain that once we get in there. More stuff to equip. And 59 gems. I can get the gloves. There we go. Alright, starting to get decked out. Alright, so let's see here. Goal is attack, brag, and trag. Your hero must survive and collect the gems. Be sure to attack each ogre twice. Capitalization is important. Alright, so here you see we have a new item in our inventory. If you roll over it, you can see exactly... It's explaining the code and how it works. So we had the boots originally, and the boots are telling us the different commands we have available to us through the self-move options. Now we have the self-attack option with the sword. I'll highlight over it, and it's giving you a little breakdown on what this is used for. So the top line, the attack method makes the hero attack target unit. Action name attack, it'll take half a second and damage 7.2. So there's some of the RPG elements in it that aren't necessarily important to the coding part of it, I think. But there's the example down there so you can have an understanding of what it means.
Move right command on line 7.
If you take too long, the game will just yell at you with what you should be doing. which is kind of nice. For this format, when I'm trying to explain it, not so much, but we'll keep going. So this is actually one of the problems with the game is, so the bottom half of that example, the attack nearest target, the find nearest enemy code, doesn't actually work until you have another item that enables that action for you, and that isn't clear. It's nice, it's a nice explanation for when that becomes applicable, but since it's not right now, it was confusing when I first went through this. But now I know better. So far the code is self-move right, so he'll move right, and then he will attack Brack. So let's just run it, so that way we can just see that first part of it. Cool. It takes 2 hits to kill these ogres right now. If I only type attack once, it will only attack once, and I'll show that off. So I'll move right, and make sure you're typing out self before every action we do. Attack. Capitalize Treg. And let's go ahead and run this. It'll fast forward the original option, or original actions we did. So the character will only attack as many times as you tell it to. And I only told it to attack once, so it attacked once and it stopped. One nice thing that the game doesn't show you how to do is keyboard hotkeys or keyboard tricks. So right now I would have to either type this all out or go in, control home. Wait, is it control home? It's got this part highlighted here. I don't like that. There we go. Here, wait. Control ends? Or is it shift? 1 second. Aha! It was shift. Alright, so shift and to highlight from the start of the line. And then control C, control V. And there you go. Now I don't need to type it out. I basically just copied and pasted. Cool, so now we killed the ogre, but we haven't gotten to the end of the stage. So I'll pause that. And let me check the... Must collect the gem. Okay. So, whoopsie. Move right. Move right. And there we go. Cool. And got all the rewards for it again. Get little achievement things down there. Okay, learn how to equip yourself for combat. Another item here available. Another 2,000 gems I'm never gonna have.
Code combat.
Alright, defeat the ogres. Your hero must survive. No code problems. Attack each ogre by name. Remember, each ogre takes 2 hits. Alrighty. So I don't think I need to actually move my character anywhere. So I think this is just going to be a self-attack. Okay, if you hit enter, it will automatically, like when that drop-down menu comes down, if you hit enter, it will fill in the rest for you. You just have to fill in the name. Again, something not explicit with the game directions. So rig. And again, I will do shift home to highlight the line, control C, control V to copy paste, and there you go. I can actually do this again. Actually, I can just paste 3 more times, and now all I need to do is go back and change the names. And I need to spell them correctly. Gert, Ack. And run. Oh no, I messed it up! What did I do? Gert. Ah, the spelling. It's always the spelling. Not my bonus gems. I need that. Oh man, this is awful. My little hero's looking at me like, come on man, what's going on? Cool. Alright, now it's done. That's weird. It gave me the code bonus anyway. I'll take it, but that seems odd. Bonus, no code problems. That's weird because otherwise I wouldn't be able to complete the level unless there was a problem. Let me try pasting that again and see what happens. Because they're all dead. Is there a problem if there's no target? But it's dead. Well, it still recognizes the name. Oh, whoopsie. Just ignore that for now. Let's try Rit. Sure. Let's see if that works. Okay, there we go. I feel like I have to actually try to mess that up. So let's just get rid of this altogether here. Cool. Oh, no, wait. Oh, does it still give me the bonus? Yeah, it still give me the bonus for previously doing it without the problem. Okay, cool. I got one item there I wasn't familiar with. Seek help from a friendly librarian. Oh, okay. Oh, loops. Okay. And again, here the item will highlight what it adds. The loop keyword lets you run code over and over again. Put 4 spaces between each line to repeat it, or it won't work. Doesn't make a lot of sense right now, but the game will continue to explain it when we get in there. Oh, this one took me a while to figure out. Say the password and then move to X. Okay, so again, down here we have a new item, and we can see that we have 2 new actions available to our hero. So let's look at the say. So self.say message, and the character will say it out loud. Loop. Let's see here. So loop essentially makes your hero loop over actions. He'll keep doing it as long as the certain requirements for that action apply. So let's see here. I don't think we actually need a loop for this level, so it's weird they add that now. You should leave before the ogre apprentice shows up. Okay, so if you read up here, the password is in the help guide. Click on the blue help button under the code window to open up the level help guide. Most levels have a help guide with extra information. So you click on help, and you see here the password for the library door is hush. So I already have the self-move right command in there. I don't need... Oh, I have to move to the X too. Okay, so I don't need to worry about that. I don't need to type out the self.hi commands because it's already in there. I think it'd be nice if it made me do it anyway. And then I just move right one more time, and that should be good. Cool. Level's done. So I didn't have to use a loop command there. But I'm pretty sure I use it. Yeah, I use it here. Okay. So more items available for unlocking. And honestly, you don't really... I mean, this is more of a game thing more than it is learning how to code thing. You don't need to buy these things. There's nothing really dealing enough damage to you that it matters. So if you really want to, I'd just save the gems. So let's go ahead and hit play. Dodge the fireballs forever under 4 statements. So again, here you'll see, and it's explaining there what the loops will look like. Here you'll see what they actually look like. So while true, that's weird. Add the, so the game is essentially just holding your hand and telling you exactly what you should be doing. So move left. So here you see, while the statement is true, your character will move right and then move left, and then move right and then move left, and then move right and then move left. It would keep going like this forever. There's a time limit, thankfully. Cool, and did it under 4 statements. So the nice thing about the loop is that it keeps the code small and efficient. At least that's what the game is teaching me. I could type out move right, move left, move right, move left, manually just copy and paste it over and over again. But that would take, and then try and reach the time limit, but that would take a lot of line of codes. And with the loops, the loop trick, or the loop statements, I don't need to worry about that. Cool, and get all the bonuses for it. Go ahead, just keep on skipping forward. Loop to loop. Loops are a lifesaver. Again, same items here, same amount of gems. Don't need the shields yet, it's not that big a deal. Avoid the deadly lightning beam under 6 statements. Okay, so while true... Okay, so what the game here is doing is again holding your hand, telling you what you should be typing out. I feel like this game is so like risk light. There isn't really like any punishment for doing it wrong, since I can just go back and edit the code. That it really doesn't have to do that. It could just give me hints the more I do it wrong. But I'll play along here, move up, move, whoopsie, left. Oh, LE, okay. I was confused, like, wild doesn't start with an L. Down, run. Cool, and again here you can see that the character will just keep looping through these different commands, at least until the time limit runs out. Cool, got all the gems. Keep on going. A maze constructed to confuse travelers. Ah, a lot more items here. Ah, the glasses. Okay. So these glasses, I don't think I need them yet, but I'll get them anyway just because I remember what they do. These glasses contain the code commands for find nearest enemy, attack nearest enemy, all those different things. So that thing that was introduced into the game, was it 5 levels ago, is now just applying. And that was confusing. That was really confusing for me when I first started that, because I was typing out the code correctly of find nearest enemy, at least I thought it was, but it wasn't required then, and I seem to have been punished for it, so that was confusing. But now I actually have it. It also doesn't take up my head armor spot. Sure, let's just get this hammer here, or helmet. Because why not? Hero must survive and navigate the maze under 6 segments. Checking your indentation, you only need 1 while true loop. Okay. Containing 4 statements for this level. So again, I can actually use the mouse wheel here to look at the whole map. Oopsie. Started it on its own. So here, the loop right now is only at move right, and since that's the only command, if it was going to run, it would just keep moving right until it hit the wall, the spikes actually, and kill itself. So let's try and help our guy out and not do that. Fortunately, the game still keeps setting up the indentation for us, so it's not too hard to keep track of that. So move right, and then up, and then up, and that's the whole code. That's actually the whole thing. And, oh, I forgot one of those nice little keybind tricks. Shift-Enter is the run command. So one thing the game actually does is, once you actually kind of go out to find these little keyboard control things for yourself, and you start using them, you start getting a lot faster at this. I just wish the game would actually show you these itself. More achievements, more gems, more XP. Alright, basic syntax and loops. And 107. These don't really matter too much. The nice thing actually about the weapons is when you get the weapons with more DPS damage per second, you only need to hit ogres once, so it's actually 1 less line of code you have to write. But I can't afford it yet, so I'm not going to worry about it.
Code combat.
Okay. So again, this is another loop level. Okay. Oh, it's not doing the indentation for us this time. Okay. Use the while true loop. Stop fixing my camera for me. Cool. So while true. Or do I just do the indentation? Actually, I use the while true. Okay. Try to remember how to do this here. While true. Is it just the indentation that I need? Right, up, right, down. Okay, so there's a piece of the code I'm missing. There's under 6 statements. Okay. Let me just refer to the loop thing here. Ah, so I start it with loop. while using the while true loop to navigate the maze. This isn't a little clear. If anything, it's a little confusing because it didn't teach me up until this point that the statement has to start with a loop. So that should fix it. Yep.
Oh, bravo.
I need 4 movement commands to get through the maze. Oh, how did I get right in there? That's weird.
Oh.
Yes, thank you. And notice that he did kill himself on the wall. Our adventurer here is quite helpless without us. Okay. Cool. And again, the game highlight's done when it's completed. All the goals are highlighted. And so I will just... well... we'll watch him go for it. He spent the last attempt running himself into a spiked wall. I think he earned this one. Moving right, moving down. Again, it wasn't too clear about, like, starting the statement with loop. All the other times it started, at least I didn't notice it. I could go back. At least I'll see it on the next... actually, it's different languages. Let's actually go back a level real fast here. Just so I can double check this. Now I'm curious. Yeah, it doesn't... I don't see loop anywhere over here. It just says while true. And when I tried typing that out, it didn't seem to work. Or at least I didn't use a capital true. Okay. But it seems like loop works just fine. Especially when that's the directions it gave me in the book item. So, got a chest here. Let's see here. Sure, I will... actually, does this give me more health? It gives me more health. I mean, I haven't needed to use my health at all. For what it's worth. Destroy the door. Okay. Use true loops while true. So let's try that out. While true. Okay. Self attack door. So you gotta put the quotations in there. And then I will move up. So the reason why I'm not doing self-move as a part of the loop is because the character would... well, I think this works fine, right? Oh, I didn't even need the move. He just gets it. Okay, well, because it didn't matter. I did 3 statements. I did it in 2 statements. How do you do that in 3 statements? Like, there isn't a bonus for doing it like at 2 statements, and there isn't any bonus for doing it exactly at 3 statements. I'm actually confused about how to do that in 3 statements. We will move along. Using your first variable. Okay. Again, the nice thing is the game is slowly introducing these different concepts into the game. I have enough for the sharp sword. I'm gonna get it. Because I think this kills ogres in 1 hit, which is useful. Okay. Kill the 3 ogres. Self.attack. Crat is the same as enemy equals crat, attack enemy. So the game is essentially teaching you that you can assign variables and define what the variable is. Use your quotes. Quotes when you're making a string. If you don't use quotes, you're referencing enemy 1 variable. Okay. Enemy 1, so at the beginning of the code again, the game is at least showing you at the start, enemy 1 is equal to Krat, enemy 2 is equal to Gertz, enemy 3 is equal to Ursa. So, when I type in self-attack enemy 1 refers to Krat because Krat is equal to enemy 1. So, let me actually run this real fast and see if I kill these in 1 hit. I do not. Still 2 hits. Okay. Again, I will... let's see if I remember how to do this. Shift home to highlight from that end. If you wanted to start from the beginning of the line, you do Shift end. And then Control C. And then Control V. And then, just for the sake of spacing, it would bother me otherwise. I'll just paste this, whoopsie, not like that. Another time here, and just make that, whoopsie, whew. Typing. So again, learning those little keybind tricks makes it go a little faster. Cool, well that was pretty simple. Oh, did I get the glasses as a new item? I saw that there at the end. I usually skip those things because they show me the same thing. Glasses, I already have glasses. Did I spend rubies on this? Wait, what's the difference between these two things? Skill granted, find nearest enemy. What does this one do? Returns the distance in meters to the target unit, the center of the hero. I don't even know what that means. Find item. I haven't seen any items. Find nearest enemy, and find nearest item. Why is this even an option for me to buy? This makes actually even less sense than before, because if I didn't buy this, because it introduced the find or attack nearest enemy string way earlier on than this, and now it's available for free. Why would it even let me buy this? Screw it, I'm using this, I bought it.
Code Combat.
Okay. So, and here actually is the level where they're teaching us how to use the find nearest enemy, find and attack enemy. Which, you also need to learn that lesson on variables to even make this string work. So let's hit start level. Find nearest enemy. So the nice thing is that these guys don't have names. So just like the lesson before, where we defined enemy 1 as, let's go with Brack. I forgot their name. If his name wasn't Brack, I apologize to that troll and all his friends. But the last one was enemy 1 equals Brat, attack enemy 1, which equals Brat. Now, since we don't have the names, we are defining these enemies by the distance between us and the hero, so the nearest enemy. So now it's self-attack enemy 1, and enemy 1 is going to be equal to the nearest enemy. So if we hit run, because the game already typed in some of the code there, that's the nearest enemy, that's the nearest enemy. So now basically we need to finish the code for the third one. This seems a little confusing. Let's see if I can do... Can I just do self-attack enemy 1? Oh, actually... I can do attack, self-attack, enemy... Can I just do enemy 1? So I need the quotes there. Let's do the good old shift home, control C, control V.
But it's dead.
It's dead, okay. So that one enemy was already defined as 1. So what I'm going to do, excuse me, is go up to the first line of code. I'm gonna work smarter, not harder. Control home. Oops, sorry, shift home. Control C. Go down to 11, make another space, sake of spacing. It would drive me a little crazy if it wasn't correct. And then we're going to change 3 here, and then we're going to fix that there. A little water here. Okay. So, done again. I do wish the game encouraged you to think about the code like that. There's something to be said about the ability of like retention by making them do it over and over again through repetition. But you could also encourage some, I guess it's almost like creative thinking by just going back earlier to what you've done or what was given to you and then build upon it. Let's just keep going on here. Basic syntax and variables. Use your glasses to seek out enemies. I'm already wearing glasses. I'm a little miffed about that, not gonna lie. Yeah, again, I mean, you can buy these different items, but nothing is so difficult that you need it. So let's just keep going. Hero must... excuse me. Hero must survive, defeat the ogres, collect the gems, and no code problems. So let's just start the level. It's not going to start itself for me, so enemy 1 equals find nearest enemy, attacking enemy 1. Will the other ogre come and attack me anyway? Yes, he will. Okay. So now that that code's done, let's just go back up and shift ends, Control C, Control V, go back, redefine this thing as 2, and then for the shorthand for making the attack script, just hit AT, enter, enemy 2, and then shift home, Control V, see, there we go. Cool. So now both the ogres are dead. Now we can continue on with the gem quest. Down, right, right. So one thing with the game is, again, I've already played through these levels on Python, and you can see there's a little bit of already kind of an efficiency. I move a little bit faster than maybe if I was typing this all out, or at least I've learned all these different shorthands and ways to move quicker. And again, it's something that I've kind of developed on my own, independent of what the game was telling me, but it's a skill that's being developed nevertheless. Some enemies will require different battle tactics. Okay. It's not giving me anything new. Whoa, I don't want that. I mean, it would be cool if, like, this fur hat actually showed up on my character, but it doesn't. So it's superfluous. Your hero must survive. Ogres must die. Grab the gem. No code problems. The ogre will see me, right? Okay, so the ogre has some sense of line of sight. You should recognize this from the last level. Now attack enemy 1. It's weird that it's walking me through that again. Attack enemy 1. Yeah. And again, shift home, Control C, Control V, attack enemy 1 again. You don't need these spaces. I make them there because the games put them in there, and it would bother me otherwise. So let's just move right, and then I don't know if the other ogre can see me from there. So one way to find out. Can. Okay. Ooh, it's shooting me, is it? Let's just move right again to make sure I can get close enough so my character can actually see it. So enemy 2 is equal to find nearest enemy. Okay, and then self-attack enemy 2. Cool. Attack enemy 2. And then that should kill it, and then I move right again, and that should be the level. Oops. I'll send it up on top of that. Ooh, that thing's picking me off pretty fast. Fortunately, health regenerates at the end.
But it's dead.
Oh, I killed it in 1 hit. Let's see if we can do that a little cleaner. The game says it's fine, and there's no problem. There isn't a problem. I kind of want that to be a little cleaner. So that looks weird otherwise. Does it die in 1 hit? I guess that's part of the item I have. Yeah, okay. Oh, I think I got an actual item out of there. I should stop skipping ahead of those. Let's see here. Survive the never-ending stream of ogres with help. Basic syntax, variables, arguments, while loops. So it gave me a shield for free. Awesome. Didn't need to buy one. 794 gems. It's not that important. I'm sure the gems will matter more if you were able to go further in the game, but again, the free one you can only get so far. Your hero must survive under 4 statements, while a true loop fend off hordes. Remember to use find nearest enemy. Okay. That's it. Don't need to start it. So, again, I'll just reiterate that the way they're discussing the while true loop up there doesn't seem to be how it's working. It seems to be either be like you have to type it out like this, and then you can start adding in the loops, or you actually just write out loop and then you start writing out the loops. While dash true space loop doesn't actually do anything. At least I don't think it does. But let's just use loop. It's a little faster to type. So loop. And just remember what the code is. I have the glasses, so it should be right there. It's just find nearest enemy. Oh, wait. Enemy 1 is equal to find nearest enemy. Okay, there we go. Was that what that's the first thing I typed. Oh well. So enemy 1 is equal to find nearest enemy. Attack enemy 1. Is that the whole... Yeah, that's the whole thing. Okay. So let's go back over to the goal. Under 4 statements, fit into, your hero must survive. And since, again, it's highlighted, I know I don't die. So again, what's going on here is that the loop is telling the hero to constantly switch between those two options. You know, find the enemy, define the enemy as 1, and then attack the enemy. I only need to attack it once to kill these ogres now. Otherwise, it would take 2 commands of attack enemy. Or maybe it doesn't. But it works, either way. Cool. Done. Okay, I don't see any items here. I can just skip. The final Kith maze. Okay. To escape, you must find your way through an Elder Kithman maze. And I think this is the last level for the free accounts. Here must survive, defeat the ogres, navigate the maze under 10 statements, and collect the gems. Be sure to call find nearest enemy only when you can see an enemy. Okay. Defeat the ogres, collect the gems. Oopsie. Scrolling the wrong way. Let's pull over. So I just need a loop statement. So loop, right, up, enemy 1 is equal to that, attack enemy 1, followed by down. That is not the command I wanted to type out. Move down, go down, move up, and then it goes back to move right. Now let's check to make sure. Move right. Enemy 1. Okay, so the... Yeah, he's gonna run into the wall and kill himself again. So he takes more than 1 attack to kill, so instead of typing it out, again, good old Shift Ends, Control C, Control V, and good to go. Oh, I forgot to tell him to move right. Again, he's gonna run into the wall till he dies. My incompetency gets people killed. I think the bumper sticker. That'd actually be a terrible bumper sticker. Yeah, you wouldn't advertise that you could kill people with incompetency while you're behind the wheel of a car. That's awful. Never mind. And the loop is complete. Again, you can see the track here anyway to show it, but again, the done is highlighted, the goals are highlighted. It's all good. Just gonna hit done. Keep moving along. Got some new items down there, the hammer. Cool. And then... Oh, this is the last one here. Escape the dungeon. Don't let the guardians get you. Oh, right. Okay. So it gives us the hammer, grants the ability to build fences and fire traps. Build type. Fence, fire trap. Build a unit at given X or Y coordinates. Unequipped. Whoops, that's not what I want.
Code combat.
Okay, I remember this level. Build fence XY, so you put the fence at a specific coordinate. If you look here at the mouse cursor, or if you can see the cursor or not, highlighting over certain points of the map highlights different coordinates, much like a grid. For anybody out there who is being triggered by poor experiences in math classes. So, mouse over where you want to put it, you see the coordinates.
There's
so
no way
down,
your hero can defeat all those ogres.
build fence at 3634. That's this first one here.
You'll need to
It's
build
going to
2
automatically
more
do it for
fences
me
to
anyway.
escape.
So I'm going to build...
Hover over the map to find
So again, I'm
XY
going to do
coordinates,
Shift Ends,
or
Control
build
Copy. I'm
XY.
going to build 3 segments of fence. All I need to do is get the coordinates 3630 and 3626. Let's look at this and make sure that works. Put That's up there. Cool. Now I need to get to the end of the stage with right.
Oh, Bravo.
So this is incomplete. Get out of the dungeon. Oh, there's another movement. Fantastic.
Oh, Bravo.
How many times? Okay, for the love of God.
Oh, Bravo.
At this point, a loop command would have been more efficient, but whatever. Got it. Woo. So from here, we could go on to the next one, but I know for a fact already, because I tried it, the game won't let me. At that point, it turns into the subscription part of the game. So let's go back into the dungeon here so we can see everything we did. And 19 levels of Python. I love that the game does it piecemeal. It shows you step by step slowly these different things to code, to control the character, to move through mazes and whatnot. It's very cool. Some of the issues are like it will introduce concepts in kind of at random intervals. As we saw, like on one level when we first got, I think it was the sword or the book, it showed me that there was a find nearest enemy command, but I didn't have an item that gave me the ability to actually use that script yet, and I didn't know that. And one of the other issues is that the game is very much a game. I'm still learning how to code, but I'm learning code for a means of playing the game of beating the levels. I'm not learning how to code to design something or to necessarily fix something. Again, it's giving me these core concepts, a foundation that I can build upon, but it isn't really giving me a context for how these skills can be used elsewhere. But let's real quick, let's look at these. Are these challenges? Or are these subscriptions? Yeah, that's a subscription one. So these blue star ones are a subscription based level, so I can't really do much else. Well, that was the first 19 levels in Python. I'm going to go through the first 19 levels again through all the script. Again, I had done this before. I was already a little proficient with some of the shortcuts, the shorthands of Python. So I'm curious to see if those skills I've developed for Python translate over to some of the other languages that I can't recall off the top of my head. Let's take a look here at what they are.
Nothing to it.
Change hero. Let's take a look at what these other languages are real fast. It's Python. We've got JavaScript, CoffeeScript, Clojure, and Lua. So we'll see what's in store for those languages there. But until the next video, I will see you on the next video. See ya.